One of my favorite things to watch every morning is the sunrise. Now imagine that in order to watch the sunrise, you had to watch it on TV because the air outside is too polluted to see anything. This reality for many across the world is created by air pollution from coal-burning power plants. Everyone is affected by the energy that coal provides, and soon enough, our generation is going to have to be the ones who deal with the effects. Thus, it is important to us to stop this problem from expanding. I've done a lot of research about coal and how it affects the environment and how we can fix these effects. So the three things I'm going to talk about today are the effects that coal has on the environment to show why we need to change, the proposal for renewable energy as an alternative to coal, and what a world without coal would actually look like. Before we can propose a change, we must understand why we need to change. Currently, we need to change because coal is damaging the beauty of our environment. Burning and mining coal are two of the biggest causes of environmental destruction worldwide. The article Coal from Opposing Viewpoints lists a few ways that coal damages the environment. These include heavy metals in the air and water that can be toxic when ingested, carbon dioxide and methane that are introduced into the air that increase global warming and damage the respiratory system, and the destruction of land that is often forests and animal habitats. All of these things are damaging the beauty of our environment because the air is unbreathable, the water is undrinkable, and the land is uninhabitable. All of these things pose a risk to us whenever we want to go somewhere. Various cities across the world are already damaged by pollution from coal. In China, they have to take lots of precautionary measures to protect themselves from the air pollution because there are so many coal power plants surrounding their cities. Joshua Berlinger, a reporter for CNN, followed a family for just one day and reported all of the things they had to use to protect themselves. A few of these include air filters, water filters, face masks, and humidifiers. All of these are necessary because not only is the air outside polluted, but it is leaking into their homes and poisoning them slowly. The rich culture of China is slowly being poisoned by their poor energy choices. New Delhi in India is a similar story. Nita Najar, a reporter for the New York Times, writes about an air apocalypse, which is a short period every time when this yellow toxic smog from coal power plants is trapped. When it's really hot and the air is just right, it gets trapped over the city, and if you breathe a little bit of it, it causes permanent respiratory damage. If you breathe too much, it can kill you. And this air apocalypse kills 1.1 million people a year. The effects of coal seem irreversible, but this is not the case. Renewable energy can be used to avoid all of the problems that coal creates. And unlike coal, renewable energy will never run out because it uses the things around you, such as the sun and wind. Renewable energy has the possibility to create as much energy that coal does, if not more. And there are various different sources and types of renewable energy. These include solar, wind, geothermal, bioenergy, hydropower, and tidal energy. These systems work best when they are utilized and maximized towards the country. So Christian Breyer led a research team that created 100% renewable energy systems for different countries. And when they tested these systems, they were the most cost-effective system compared to any other source of energy, and they had no negative environmental health effects. Countries are already implementing these systems. Stanford's Mark Jacobson created a plan for 139 different countries that was maximized for what they have the most of. For example, a country on the equator would use more solar energy because they have lots more sunlight. So there you will see solar panels on roofs and in vast arrays in open areas. Countries that are windier use more windmills, and coastal countries can use things such as tidal energy, which captures the energy from waves. Countries that are using these systems and working on being 100% renewable include Sweden, Iceland, Costa Rica, and Nicaragua. These countries have recognized that they have beautiful things to see, and it is important to preserve this beauty. With renewable energy, the world would be so much cleaner. Renewables won't change your way of life, they just change the power behind your way of life. It's also feared that renewables will make people lose their job, which is true for the short term because coal power plants will be closing and their workers will be released. But in the long term, renewable energy has the potential to create 20 million more jobs than coal currently provides. And with renewable energy, you will no longer see power plants looming on the outskirts of town that create stacks of gray smoke into the air that are toxic. Instead, there will be more green space, and these countries that have used renewable energy sources are already seeing that their air is getting cleaner and people can breathe better. People love green spaces and the freedom to roam, so with renewable energy, there would be much more of this and less pollution. Lots of students want to travel after high school or college, and no one really thinks about limiting where they can go based on air pollution. nor do we really want to. With renewable energy as our source of energy, we have the freedom to go wherever we want, whenever we want, without having to worry about something like an air apocalypse or wearing a face mask. We can enjoy every sight, from the culture to the sunrise. If we want to achieve this goal, we must be activists. Coal is currently damaging our environment by polluting the air and water and limiting where we can go safely. The three things I talked about today were that coal damages the beauty of our environment. Thus, we need to switch to renewable energies to avoid all of these pollution problems. And with renewable energy, our world will be so much cleaner. I hope you all feel motivated to advocate a change so that we don't have to watch our sunrise on a TV.